In this video, I'm going to show you the pros and cons of the 3 best ways to cut your cigar. The first kind of cut is called the punch cut or the bullet cut, and I'm going to demonstrate this. And with this method, what you're going to do is you're going to go right in the middle on the top, and you're going to lightly and slowly push down, and you're going to pop out, and you're going to have a hole there, and that's going to, it looks like a bullet, hence why they call it the bullet cut. I don't prefer it because it makes the cigar burn hotter because of the concentration of that small hole. Plus, you're going to have to make sure that you keep these blades sharp and consistently, because as you're pushing down, you're putting a lot of pressure on the cap, which in turn could crack the wrapper. So you have to be very careful when you're going to punch your cigar. The second cut is what we call the V cut. And this is a V cutter right here. At one time, it was very popular, and I see it making a big comeback, and I actually like it. You get a pretty deep surface on the cut, and basically what you're going to do is you're going to lay the cigar right on the top and just push through, and you're going to get what they call the V cut. Because you get a deeper surface, you're going to be able to get a lot more rounded flavors with the V cut. And if the cigar was improperly rolled, especially at the head, because you have such a deep V cut or gash in there, you're probably going to be able to break part of that bunch that might be a little bit tight. So I actually like this particular cut because you're going to get a lot of consistency on it. And you're going to get about 85% of the exposure of the cigar, which in turn is going to smoke cooler. And the third is the flat or double guillotine cutter. Not the single blade. Always use the double blade, and let me demonstrate. First of all, I want to use the double blade because it's going to be more precise and you're going to get a much better cut and a more even and cleaner cut. All what you want to do is you want to cut the cap off the cigar. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to lay it up just against the cap of the cigar, and I'm going to cut the cigar. I take the excess, and if you notice when you look at the top of the cigar, now I have 100% circumference. What that's going to do is it's going to give the cigar a much cleaner taste because it's going to smoke much cooler because you have a complete surface. Another great thing about the guillotine double cut is that you're going to taste all the flavors and nuances that the master blenders decided that cigar to taste like. And not only is it going to go smoke cooler, you're probably going to have more of a surface for even a better draw. So in my opinion, the flat double guillotine cutter is by far the best way to cut. But all 3 ways are fine. I just want to show you the differences, and in my opinion, why I think that the double guillotine cut is the best one. How do you cut a torpedo properly? That's the question I get most asked because a lot of people don't cut their torpedoes correctly, and I'm going to demonstrate. First of all, what I'd like you to do is, we have a graph here just above me. And I'd like you, if you get a chance, on the comment section, tell me in your opinion, where do you think is the best way to cut that torpedo? Should it be A, B, C, D, or so on? And I'll tell you my opinion. First of all, what you want is a double guillotine cutter that's open-ended on both sides. Because if you have the perfecto cut where you have that protected cut that you see here that I had earlier that I had showed you on this particular cutter right here, you're not going to, it's going to stop the torpedo from being cut. So you want to have one of these. And the correct answer, in my opinion, is somewhere between A and B, about 1/4 inch of the torpedo. So you're going to cut here, and you're really going to have this little piece. It's about 1/4 inch. That's about it, okay? And the reason being is because our cigars are all draw tested, you're also going to want the beauty of the torpedo. It's an elegant cigar, and what's great about it is when you put it in your mouth, it should be about a 42 ring gauge, and then it flares out to a 54, so you get all those nuances and flavors. If you cut it too deep, a couple things happen. First thing is, if you cut below the flag line, you're going to have that cigar unravel. A lot of people cut it all the way down to 54. They'll actually cut it an inch deep. It's like you're smoking a Churchill. You took away the beauty of the Torpedo. So you only want to cut a quarter of an inch. And I guarantee you one thing, you're going to get a lot of great smoking enjoyment. You're going to be able to taste all the nuances and flavors of that particular Torpedo. It's going to smoke cool, and it's going to be super comfortable in your mouth. So in my opinion, that's the best way to cut a Torpedo. So now that you know what I think is the best way to cut a cigar, check out the video over here on how to get the most out of the cigar that you just cut.